First, I would like to start by asking, do I have any football fans in the classroom? Alright, do I have any Raider fans in here? No Raider fans? Alright, that's good then. You guys could all relate to this. I wanted to inform the audience of the mediocrity of the Oakland Raiders and back it up by using facts and statements. Facts and statistics about how the Raiders are easily the worst team in the NFL. The Raiders were established in 1960 and do actually have amazing history. Oakland Raider alumni include players like Marcus Allen, Tim Brown, Bo Jackson, and John Madden. However, despite this prolific past, the Raiders in the last decade have been laughingstock of the NFL. First, I would like to point out the draft picks. Al Davis has become notorious for drafting risky players in the early rounds of the NFL draft and continually setting up his team for failure. This includes Michael Huff in 2006, where he was actually a semi-decent first-round draft pick, but what people overlooked was the later rounds in the draft. Darnell Bean was drafted in the 4th round that year before players such as Brandon Marshall and Elvis Dumerville, who were both Pro Bowl players and both played for the Broncos. And they both had excellent NFL careers. Bean never played a game for the Raiders. In 2009, according to many draft experts, the Raiders missed many good players in the 2009 draft. To sum it up, one player from the draft was cut before the training camp, and 0 of the players from this draft remained on the Oakland Raiders today, and not one even lasted 5 years. In 2007, many football fans in America can agree that Jamarcus Russell was the worst draft pick in NFL history. Jamarcus Russell only played two years with the Raiders, and in those 2 years, he led the Raiders to only 7 wins and threw 23 interceptions, and cost the team $32 million in those 2 years. Russell played so poorly that the Raiders sued him to attempt to recoup money that they lost. Jamarcus Russell was released in 2009 and has not played it down in the NFL since, although he is trying to find his way back into the NFL. Secondly, I would like to talk about the coaching decisions. Al Davis, until his death, helped to create one of the most unnecessary coaching carousels ever. John Gruden, in 1998 through 2001, was hired by the Oakland Raiders from Philadelphia. He was a highly sought-after coach because of his success with Randall Cunningham and in Philadelphia with their explosive offense. Gruden's records with Oakland was 8-8, 12-4, and 10-6. And in 2 of those 3 seasons that he was with the Raiders, he led them to playoffs, and both of which he lost to eventual Super Bowl champions. However, despite not having a losing season, the Raiders let him go. And the next year, Gruden led his Tampa Bay Buccaneers to a Super Bowl blowout against the Raiders, 48-21. Bill Callahan in 2002 through 2003. The Raiders parted ways with Gruden and promoted their offensive coordinator, Bill Callahan, who led the Raiders to an 11-5 season where they made it to the Super Bowl, losing to John Gruden, and his next year with the Raiders, they went 4-12, and then Callahan was fired. Now, the coaching carnival since 2003 till present, the Raiders have not had a winning season, and since then, they had hired 6 head coaches, those of whom are Norv Turner, Art Shell, Lane Kiffin, Tom Cable, Hugh Jackson, and Dennis Allen. Their best record within these 11 years was 8-8. Lastly, I would like to talk about the present and their future. It is widely believed that the Raiders are on their way up, but are they really? After finishing their 2013 season with the 4-12, the Raiders were looking forward to a year of free agency where they had like the most money in the NFL to buy anybody they wanted in the free agency. However, they only were able to land 2 notable, semi-notable free agents such as James Jones and Justin Tuck, and just recently ESPN said that they aim towards to picking up Michael Vick. Currently, the Raiders are putting most of their hope in the draft. That is something that they have not been able to do well over the years. And the Raiders have had 2 disappointing seasons in a row, recording a ridiculous amount of penalties in those 2 years. And statistically, the Raiders have the toughest schedule in 2014, which will make it very difficult for them to basically rebuild their team again. In conclusion, the Raiders, like all teams in the NFL, do have hope. What is life without hope? However, the Raiders have dug themselves into a very deep hole, one that will take years of tough decisions, prayer, and probably a lot of luck to get out of. And for the sake of competition in the NFL, I do hope they step up their game, but I honestly do not see that happening anytime soon. Thank you, and go Raiders.